Hi everyone, and welcome to today's yoga flow where we will include dynamic stretching. So instead of staying in one pose for a longer period of time to stretch, we will combine two poses together and come into a dynamic stretching routine which will really help you to get more flexible and to increase your mobility. So let's get started in a downward facing dog just to warm up here for a moment. So bring your hands down on the mat, spread your fingers out wide, tuck your toes and then lift your hips up high and press your hips up and back and just walk your dog here to warm up. So bend one knee and then the other. We don't need perfect posture here right now at the beginning. This is really just to warm up the body a little bit, to stretch out your hamstrings, to warm up your upper body. Just take your time and feel into your body. Press into your hands and open up your upper body here. Great. Let your chest melt down towards the mat. Open up your shoulders. Great. Then find stillness here for a moment. Let's take 2 deep breaths here together. Inhale through the nose and exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Then look between your hands and step your right foot forward to the inside of the right hand. Lower the left knee down, release the toes and come up on your fingertips. Our first pose combination will be between low lunge, where we are now, and half split. So for low lunge, make sure to walk your knee back a little bit and let your hips sink down. Come onto your fingertips, open up your chest here and look forward. Great. And then we shift back to our half split where we shift the knees back. We come to the heel of our front foot and we should feel a really nice stretch in the hamstrings here. Awesome. You can keep your hands here, that they stay at the same place all the time, or you bring your hands with you. But you should feel a nice stretch here in your hamstrings. And we move back forward to our low lunge and back to our half split. 3 more times. Inhale forward, open the hips. Exhale, move back, open the hamstrings. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Then come forward to your low lunge. Bring both of your hands down on the mat. Tuck the toes and step back to downward facing dog. Same on the other side. Look between your hands. This time step the left foot forward, lower the right knee down, release the toes and find your low lunge here first. So come up on your fingertips, open up the chest, make sure your knee is over your ankle and lower your hips down. Great. Maybe you want to walk your right knee back a little bit. Awesome. Then keep your hands where they are or bring them back with you and shift back to our half split. Really shift the hips back. Make sure they stay in line so they have the tendency to come to one side. Make sure they stay in line with your knees here. And come back forward to low lunge. Open up the hip and exhale, shift back to half split. 3 more in your own pace. Last one. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, shift back. Inhale, come forward one more time. Bring both of your hands down and step back to downward facing dog. One deep breath here together. Inhale and exhale. And we lower the knees down. Keep your toes tucked here and we quickly sit down on our heels. This is not the actual pose. This is just to get to the seat here, and it quickly opens up the toes and the feet. Then come up from your knees so that you are on this knee stand, and we will do a camel pose variation where we will do half a camel on one side, then half a camel on the other side, and bring this into a nice dynamic flow. So for camel pose, I recommend you bring your heels up. If you are an advanced yogi and you have done this pose many times, you can untuck your toes here, but for now keep them tucked. Then bring your left hand onto your left heel, press the hips forward, and then reach your right arm up as high as you can. And I want you to focus on opening up your torso here. Great, really reach up as high as you can. Great. And we switch sides, bring the right hand down on the right heel, shift the hip forward and reach the left arm up. Awesome. 4 more times. Inhale and switch. And we do the same on the right side. Always remember to press your hips forward. Continue in your own pace. Make this really graceful movements. One more on each side. First time, the right arm comes up as high as you can. Stretch and open up the right side of your torso here. And right hand comes down and left hand comes up. Reach up as high as you can. And come back to center and sit down on your heels. Great job, everyone. The next exercise will be to open up the wrists and the shoulders. For that, I will turn around because you have to see what I do behind my back. So sit down on your mat and we will start by bringing both of the hands up over your head and bring your palms together here. And with your exhale, you open up the palms, turn them down, slowly move them towards the ground, bring them to your lower back, and then you can choose what you want to do. Either you just bring your hands to your lower back, that's stage number 1, or if it's possible for you, you can grab opposite elbows here, open up the chest, roll the shoulders back and away from the ears, great. And if you want to go even further, you can come to a reverse prayer. So you bring the palms of your hand together behind your back. This is really hard for the wrists. Yes, maybe you can do it. Great job. Maybe try as much as you can. Don't have to fully touch your palms together. Great. So 3 different ways to do it. Either hands on lower back, grab opposite elbows, or full prayer behind the back. Then let go of your hands. Inhale, reach up and bring the hands together to touch. Let's do this 4 more times. Open up the palms, slowly bring them down and come to your variation at the back. Awesome. Release your hands. Inhale, reach your arms up high. And bring the palms together to touch. 3 more. Lower your hands down. Find your variation behind your back. And let go. And reach your arms back up high. 2 more. Lower your hands down. Prayer behind the back. Make sure to move your shoulders away from your ears here. And reach your arms up high again. Last one. Bring your hands down. Find your variation. Make yourself tall. And relax. Reach your arms up high. And bring your hands back down to a prayer in front of your heart. Great job, everyone. For our next pose, we will come to a squat, but we are not only doing a normal squat that we normally do in yoga, so squatting like this. This time we bring the hands down and we make it dynamic. So bring the hands down and then we extend the legs and come to a forward bend. Let me also show it from the side. So your feet are a little bit more than hip width apart. Your toes are pointing to the outside. Bend your knees and come down to the squatting positions. Your arms are inside your legs. Bring the hands down on the mat. Open up your chest and then extend your legs. Come to this forward bend and come back down. Great. If you want to go a little further, you can bring your hands onto your toes and do the same here. Or if you want to go even more further, you can step onto your hands and extend your legs. Great. And come back down to your squat. Great. Let's do 2 more. Hands down. Extend. Come back down. And last one. And come down to your yogi squat. Grab a block if you have one by. Bring your hands onto your block and we come back up into the forward bend. Turn your toes that they face to the front. Bring your hands onto your block on the highest setting and our feet should be hip width apart. And now we really get into these hamstrings. And for that we bend one knee and then the other. Great. Just lift up one heel and really focus on stretching the other hamstrings out here. Shift from one side to the other. Great. One more time on each side. And fully relax down to your forward bend. Let your head and your arms hang heavy here. Great. Then remove your block, bring it to the side, and we come down on the mat for our last pose. For that, extend your right leg out to the front. Bring your left foot to the inside of your right leg. Bring your left arm behind you. Your fingers point away from you. Point your right toes. Inhale, lift your hips up high. Reach your arms over your head and to the back for Stargazer pose. Great. Really enjoy this pose and notice this opening on the right side of your torso. Awesome. And then slowly bring your hips back down. Bring your right forearm onto your right foot and then reach your left arm over in the direction of your right toes, but don't turn your chest down facing to the mat. I want you to stay open and stretch the left side of the torso here. So you should be able to look up to the ceiling under your arm. Great. So really stretch forward here. And come back to Stargazer pose. Inhale, lift the hips up high, stretch the right side of the body. And come down, stretch the left arm over your head and stretch the left side of your body. 3 more, again in your own pace. Last one. Reach your hips and your chest up high. Reach the right arm back. And then reach the left arm over in the direction of your toes. And come back to center. We switch sides. This time the left leg gets extended to the front. Your right foot comes to the inside of your thigh. Right hand comes behind you. Fingers pointing to the back. Point the left toes. Inhale. Reach up. Lift the hips up high. Reach your left arm over your head to the back of the mat for Stargazer pose. And come down. Bring the elbow down on your leg and reach the right arm over your head in the direction of your toes. Really feel the stretch and opening on the right side of the torso here. And we alternate between these two poses. You can link it to your breath. And again, try to move graceful and slowly here. Last one. Inhale, reach back. And then reach forward with your right hand. Come back to center. Extend both of your legs to the front and lay down on your back for a final resting pose. Extend your arms right next to you. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your neck here. Let's take one more deep breath together. Inhale and exhale. Relax your body into the mat. Do some micro adjustments that you feel comfortable. Great. One more deep breath together. Inhale. Hold the breath in. And exhale. Savasana. And slowly start to bring movement back into your body. Stretch your arms over your head for a full body stretch and roll to one side. And slowly come up to a seated position on your mat. Cross your legs in front of you. Bring your hands to a prayer in front of your heart. Thanks for practicing with me today. Namaste.